Welcome, ladies and gentlemen, to the Marilyn Darling Show, and welcome to another episode of an ink review. Today we are looking at a green ink. This is from Wearingeul. Wearingeul Tick Tock Croc, and I totally spelled it wrong. No, I didn't. I spelled it correctly. Haha. But I didn't spell it correctly on the thing. There. So now it should be updated and be correctly. How is everyone doing today? Are you having a nice day? I hope you are having a nice day wherever you are in the world. Before we start this wonderful review, we're going to share this with our friends so that they can come and hang out with us too. At this time, I would encourage you to share this with your friends so that they can also come and hang out with us too. An error has occurred. Go to your feed. LinkedIn apparently is down right now, so whatever. Review, Facebook. We're going to go to the Reddit. And the Tumblr. And the Twitter. And the Discord. I almost forgot the Discord the last time. But I've been trying to get better at remembering to put the links on the Discord. So, oh crap. Well. Oh, I did embed it correctly. Alright, so whatever. I think I'll just leave it there then. And I don't want to do that. Okay, I think I'm all shared out. Hi, Obs. How are you doing today? Are you having a nice day? How's it going? I'm getting better. Every day seems to be getting a little bit better, a little bit better. I'm still a little sniffly, but soon I will be back to my normal annoying self. BRB. I always forget to do all the things before I start my review. And then I'm coughing and hacking and puking all the way through it. Alright, today's review, we're doing this. We're doing TikTok Croc. So I don't know if I've ever told you guys about the story about my name. So back, oh God, it's probably close to 30 years now it's been. I was at Disneyland, and my parents were, at the time, I realize now that my parents were rather rich. And so we would go to Disneyland, and one of the first rides that they took me on was Space Mountain. I was 5 years old. And after that, I was terrified to go on any of the rides because I was afraid that they would scare me. And so my favorite ride was Peter Pan, because it had a little part in it where it just dipped a little bit enough to get that little tickly feeling in my stomach. And so after that, I had decided that I was going to be one of the darlings of Disneyland. At like 5 years old, I was a darling of Disneyland. So when I grew up, I fell in love with Marilyn Monroe, and you know, it couldn't be Marilyn Monroe. That'd just be. However, in my early teenage years, I had met a man named Kendall Monroe. I begged him to marry me just so I could be legally Marilyn Monroe. Another story for another time. So, but when I was an adult, I had my name changed to Miss Marilyn Darling, and then I got married and changed it again, and then I got divorced and married again and changed it again, and now it's just Miss Marilyn Darling. So that is kind of the story about my name. I was a Miss, and then I was a Ms, and then I was a Mrs, and then I was a Ms, and then I was a mistress, and then I was a madam. Anyway, so that's the story of my name. My name. Hello, Bumblebee. How are you doing today? Are you having a nice day? Happy Wednesday. For those of you who do not know, today I will be teaching a Twitch calligraphy class. This week we will be working on brush pens, at 2 p.m. Pacific, 2 p.m. PST. That's twitch.tv TV/ Miss Marilyn Darling. If anybody wants to come, it's free. You don't have to pay for anything. Just come and hang out and play with your brush pens with me. Today we're doing brush pens. Hello neighbor, how are you doing today? Are you having a nice day? So today we'll be doing brush pen lettering on twitch.tv/Miss Marilyn Darling at 2 p.m. Come say hi. Okay, now I have to deal with this very quickly. I apologize for the clearing of my voice. I'm a slimy person. I can't help it. Alright, here is our comparison panel. It's a nice, rich green. It's like the greenest green you could possibly have. It's such a nice color of green. I just love it so much. There is no just the illustrious Miss Marilyn Darling has Royal Majesty, the Queen of Hearts. That's right. Here is our ink swatch and water resistance test shows it does have a little bit of water resistance. I might consider using this on the outside of an envelope. It might be a little schmutzy, but it'll still, it's going to stay, so that's pretty good. Here's our toilet paper chromatography. Look at that. We can see that there's some blue and some green, a little bit of teal in there. turquoisey blue ink coming out, and the green. Beautiful. Absolutely beautiful. Okay, I got my box. I'm ready to go. Wrong finger. Can I have some? All right. All right, let's see. Can I have some? There we go. This is the Pen and Gear Memo Book from Walmart.com. I'm going to zoom in just a little bit. Bump up the lights so we can see what's going on. So, just so you all know, I do bump up the brightness just a little bit so we can see. Otherwise, it would look like this. And it doesn't look like anything. It looks like nothing. So I just bump up the brightness to 10 plus so we can see what's going on. All right. This is the Pen and Gear Memo Book from Walmart.com. It's got a couple little feathers and a little bit of bleeding, a little bit of ghosting. This is lightweight traveler's notebook paper. I don't see any sheen really. Oh, there might be a little schmutz of sheen right there. So if you do put it on real thick, you might get a little tiny bit of sheen. No feathering, no bleeding, no ghosting. Excellent. Super lightweight traveler's notebook paper. I had a little trouble grabbing the page. No feathering, normal amount of ghosting for this page. This is Moleskine 70 GSM. Oi. Feather like a chicken. Bled to the page. Field Notes Journal. It's got a little bit of stippling in there. A little bit of bleeding, a little bit of ghosting. Fabriano Eco Qua 85 GSM. I have no idea what I was writing there. I usually write these late at night while I'm watching a stream, so sometimes the spelling comes out weird, but the writing is there. There's a little bit of, there's just like the tiniest hint of heavy ghosting, but other than that, not a whole lot of bleed through. All right, this is the Idea Notebook, 80 GSM. Don't notice my fat finger swipe. No real feathering, no bleeding. Tiniest bit of ghosting. Better, okay. This is Colt Pens 120 GSM notebook paper from Colt Pens. Beautiful, no feathering, no bleeding, no ghosting. As much as I like the TikTok, that green panda is still, yeah, it's definitely punchy. All right, this is Midori MD paper. Don't notice my mistakes. A little bit of ghosting. No bleed through. Excellent. 68 GSM Tomoe River. My spelling was all over the place, but the writing is there, so that's good. No bleeding. A little bit of ghosting. This is Office Depot Office Max. I did it again. This one has a little bit of feathering, a little bit of bleeding, a little bit of ghosting. This is JOt. This one, feather like a chicken, bled to the page. Bleeding and ghosting. This is Cosmo Air Light, 75 GSM. Don't notice my fat finger swipe. Not really a lot of feathering. No bleeding, a little bit of ghosting. This is the JOt Journal from the Dollar Tree. No feathering, no bleeding, no ghosting. Boop. Alright, this is Handelskompagnie, all over the world. No feathering, a little bit of ghosting. This is ayush 100 GSM paper. A little bit of shading in there. Don't notice my fat finger swipe. No feathering, no bleeding, no ghosting. This is mnemosyne 80 GSM Tock grid. A little bit of shading, no feathering, no bleeding, no ghosting. Excellent. This is black and red Oxford Optic paper. Beautiful shading, no feathering, no bleeding, no ghosting. Alright, this is Clairefontaine 90 GSM. It's got a little bit of wiggle in there. A little bit of ghosting. Little bits of heavy and little tiny micro bleeding. This is New Eco. A little bit of wiggle. A little bit of shading. No feathering. No bleeding. A little bit of ghosting though. Alright, this is the Premier Premium Journal from the 99-cent store. It's not the Premier Premium Journal, it's just the Premier College Rule Journal from the 99-cent store. Beautiful. No feathering. No bleeding, barely any ghosting. This is the Pen and Gear Poly Composition Book from Walmart.com. Beautiful. A little bit of shading in there, no feathering, no bleeding, barely any ghosting. Okay. This is Exceed 100 GSM notebook paper from Walmart.com. It's got a little bit of stippling in there, a little bit of shading, a little bit of bleeding, a little bit of ghosting. This is Archer and Olive 160 GSM notebook paper. A little bit of shading, no feathering, no bleeding, no ghosting. Most excellent. Alright, this is Up and Up Wide World Composition Book from Target.com. Beautiful shading. No feathering. No bleeding. A little bit of ghosting. Hi, Will. How are you doing today? I'm getting better. Still hacking. That's all. Still coughing up phlegm. But sooner or later, it's going to get tired of my lungs and GTFO. This is a True Red composition book from Staples.com. Oi. Feathered like a chicken, bled through the page. This is Apica Notebook paper, 81.4 GSM. A little bit of shading, no feathering, no bleeding, a little bit of ghosting. That's right. Alright, this is Milky Color paper from Daiso. Beautiful. One little tiny feather right there. No feathering, no bleeding, no ghosting. This is View Corona 52 GSM. Beautiful. No feathering, no bleeding, a little bit of ghosting. This is the Nanami 7C 68 GSM Tomoe River. Beautiful shading, no feathering, no bleeding, no ghosting. This is the Kokoyo Thin paper. Beautiful shading, no feathering, no bleeding, a little bit of ghosting. This is Pelican Hub notebook paper. Beautiful shading. It's got a little bit of stippling in there. No feathering, no bleeding, no ghosting. This is Smoky Color paper from Daiso. Beautiful. No feathering, no bleeding, no ghosting. CVS Caliber filler paper from CVS Pharmacy. My favorite paper. Beautiful shading, no feathering, no bleeding, barely any ghosting. This is Oxford One Subject notebook paper. A little bit of shading, no feathering, no bleeding, no ghosting. A little bit of ghosting. Gear Heavyweight notebook paper from Walmart.com. Beautiful shading, no feathering, no bleeding, no ghosting. HP Premium 32-pound copy paper. Beautiful shading, a little bit of wiggle, no bleeding, a little bit of ghosting right there though. Alright, this is Mead 5-star notebook paper. Oi. A little bit of shading, a little bit of feathering, a little bit of bleeding, a little bit of ghosting. This is the JNB Copperplate Graph Pad from JohnNeilBooks.com. Beautiful shading, no feathering, no bleeding, a little bit of ghosting. This is Rhodia Dot Pad, 80 GSM. A little bit of shading, no feathering, no bleeding, no ghosting. This is Original Crown Mill Laid Paper 100 GSM notebook. A little bit of feathering, a little bit of shading, a little bit of bleeding, a little bit of ghosting. This is Vintage Mead. A little bit of feathering, a little bit of shading, a little bit of bleed through, a little bit of ghosting. Okay. Okay. That's not going anywhere. Good. Even going to tape this one down so I don't have to deal with it. Okay. This is Wearingeul, Tock, Croc. Let's take a look at some green inks. See if there's anything that matches. There, now that won't go nowhere. All is right in the world. Move this over. Alright, this is Wearingeul, Tock, Croc. Next to you, if you have this one, and one of the ones that are on the side, and you want to examine it further, you can hit the space bar, and then you can press the period to move forward 1 frame or the comma to move back 1 frame, respectively. Okay. Bump up the lights just a little bit so we can see what's going on. Alright, this is Wearingeul, Tock, Croc. Next to... Actually, you know what? I'm going to go up and move in just a little bit so I can... There. Alright, this is Tock, Croc. Next to Green Panda, Marion Bright, Diamond Velvet, Emerald, Ferris Wheel Press, Central Park Green, La Falaise, Etrat, Colorverse Able, Freddy's Favorite, Wuthering Heights, and Brilliant Green, Emerald Green's kind of close, Ironite, Mermaid Tail, Green, Pushkin, Cooked Spinach is getting kind of close, Bright Green is kind of close, Spirit is kind of close, Jade is kind of close, Petrichor, Bantayan Turquoise is a little blue, Seats Krasnak is kind of close, Cali Inks Green, Forest Green, California Teal, Season's Greetings, Hell's Hera, Golden Isolde, Yosemite Green, Peppermint Drop, Cloak and Forest, Cyber Midori, Jade Noir, Henry David Thoreau, Velvet Storm, Autumn Forest, Olive Green, Uma, Mermaid Green, PSC, Basil Pesto, Zuzmuletian, Walk the Dog, Ina Ho, Horseradish Mustard, Starfruit, Espana Boulevard, Olive Swirl, Queen and Castle, Rikyu Chin, Lemongrass, Yugushu, Underwater Sea Dragon, Neon Green, Calligraphy Passion, Appletini, Meadow, Supernatural, Verdant Prato, Key Lime Pie, Kakapo Parrot, Holly Twinkle, Delamere Green is kind of close, Vermont, Vermont's getting there. Verde Bosco, Daintree Green, Golden Ivy, Umber Green, Sherwood Green, Emerald, Magical Forest, Green Cactus, Spirulina Green, Bazudin Woodgrown, Sherwood Green, Emerald, Spearmint, Encre Laurie Sauvage, Spruce, Sherwood Green, Pilot Mixable Green, Diamond Elf Diatramentus Document Green, Troublemaker Sea Glass, Kyono Oto Uraheru, Colorverse Alpha Cap, Emerald Fusion, Noodler's Green, Dove's Emerald Green, Nepal, Evergreen, Salamander, Kingfisher Green, Rikyu Cha, Boreal Forest, Nebula Space Kitty, Green Black, Ebony Green, Food Color Green, Best Wishes, Black Ivy, Crocodile, Alpine, Heavy Crude, Leaf Green, Sugar Snap, and Long Trail. Whew. That's a lot of green. I do want to peek into the teal department because I think that there might be one that's maybe nearest. Just want to take a quick peek. Damn it. Shito. Getting kind of green. I thought that this might be close to tourmaline, but it's totally not. Emerald green, I thought it also might be close to emerald green, but it's not. And that's it. Well, what did you guys think about today's ink? Are you guys thinking thoughts about getting this ink? Right now, they have a sale going on either Van Ness or one of the companies. I can't remember what it is off the top of my head, but I just saw yesterday that they were having a sale on the Wearingeul Peter Pan series. So maybe if you're thinking thoughts about getting this ink, look for the sale. Of course, that was yesterday, so I apologize if it's not up anymore. Well, ladies and gentlemen, that's all I've got for today. I want to thank you all for watching. I hope that you guys enjoyed this one. I hope that you learned something. Please share this video with your friends. Follow me on social media. Like, comment, subscribe, ring the little bell. Make sure it's set to all, so when I upload new content, YouTube notifies you. Check out the links in the doobly-doo. Thank you so much for using the Atlas Stationers link. When you purchase through my link, I get a small commission so that I can make better content for all of you. Oof, my thumb's all. And come and join our calligraphy class at 2 p.m. What did I do with the paper? Oh. Come and join our calligraphy class. It's going to be a lot of fun. So, have a great day. Oh, good love you. Bye.